Guys, my name is Vladimir Castillo.
And I'm Lester Aponte.
Our project for this semester is life cycle of a YouTube video. We're gonna show you data and we're gonna try to come up with a prediction model to see how long a YouTube video might last and what makes it work and what makes it not work in terms of lifespans. What makes a YouTube video viral? Well, we start by analyzing its lifetime. We analyze the views per day for the trend, and we try to find out what affects it. Did Twitter affect it a lot, or did Facebook affect it also? Which is one of those two things that we also look at when analyzing our video models. And we also ask ourselves, is the video still relevant after X amount of time? We also analyze that aspects of the YouTube video. For our model, we said, well, let's take a look at the views per day of each YouTube video. Now, because YouTube has very limited view data for third-party viewers, we're only limited to seeing 30 days of video data. For example, if we wanted to see a video that has been posted for over a year, we cannot see the data that was from that previous year. We can only see a couple of days, maybe a month, maybe even 15 days. So for our model, we said we're only going to look at videos that have been submitted recently. So we could take a look at when it started, when it peaked, and when it ended. And since that data is available, it's easier for us to analyze since it has been recently submitted. We also looked at what categories can we analyze. Overall, these are all the categories that YouTube has. For example, music, which is like music videos, takes up 30.7%. Any videos related to news and politics takes up 6.7%. How-to style videos takes up 3.1%. Films take up 3.6%. Entertainment category takes up 14.9%. Education takes up 4.1%. And then you have others, which could be how-to videos of maybe how to fix your car and stuff like that, take up 9.2%. People and blogs takes up 10.7%. Those are videos where people are usually just talking about what they saw, or maybe they're reviewing a movie they saw. So those takes up 10%. So based on this, our popular categories that we're choosing is music videos, entertainment, which could either be a trailer for a movie, a trailer for a game, or possibly maybe a trailer for a new TV show. Comedy clips from shows, comedy clips from a movie, or maybe just stand-up comedy. So these are the categories we're going to analyze. We're going to analyze the views per day, and we're only going to analyze recently submitted videos. Now we're going to go to our first example based on this model.
In our first example, we're going to look at Jay-Z's The Power of Our Voice. Here, we're going to look at the range from the 16th to basically a month of the video. We're going to look at what made this video peak around here, and then why did it eventually die off the video. One of the things that this video falls under is it could be either music or politics, because anyone could just go on YouTube and type in Jay-Z and get a bunch of his music videos, but they could also maybe run into this, which is the videos endorsing Barack Obama, which probably is why it started peaking before the election, which was around over here. The video, you can see that on his first referral right here, there was a peak around this area. And the reason why it peaked on the 16th is because it was first referred on Facebook. Once it was first referred on Facebook, it gave it 21,830 views, and that's what caused this peak right here. And then you see that for the next 2 days, people were watching, then it kind of died off. No one really started watching, but then it peaked once again really high. And the reason for that is because it was referred on Twitter. Now, once it was referred on Twitter, it got an extra 10,532 views on top of the ones I had before. So you can see that the power of social media, of networking, whether it be Facebook and Twitter, that's when people really started viewing these videos. As the days went on before the election, it kind of died off, and then it peaked again, and then it kind of just stabilized up until the election, when you see there was a peak the day before, and then it just eventually died off. Now, why did it die off? That's one of the things that we analyze in our model. It's because it falls under this politics category. Right? It could fall under music because Jay-Z is promoting it, and people might be looking up his music and stuff, and this might come up on the side and you click it. But at the end of the day, it's a politics video, and this can only be relevant for X amount of time. Like, it's only going to be relevant during this period of politics, right before the election. You know, once the president was chosen, once Barack Obama won the election, you can see that this video started dying off. No one really paid attention, no one really cared about what Jay-Z had to say about Barack Obama. They were more interested in his music than they were in his endorsement towards Barack Obama. So that's one of the reasons why this video peaked before the election and then just died off after the election. A lot of it had to do with the way it was referred via Facebook, Twitter, other types of websites and stuff like that. Another example which we're going to look at is a surprise Call of Duty trailer for Black Ops 2 that came out on the 13th. Here we have the views per day. We looked at it in about 2 weeks, in the previous 2 weeks before the launch of the day. And then we also have this graph analyzing the Twitter. This is all Twitter, how many tweets went out, people talking about the game, the trailer, posting up the link to the trailer, stuff like that. Because the game was about to come out, there were a lot of people talking about this. They really wanted to play the game and to see how it was going to work. So when the video was released, which you see on the first, it was 2 weeks before, you see that Twitter blew up. Twitter started going crazy here and started getting we're talking over 3 million views. We're talking 2 to 3 million views in a matter of 2 days. And that's because Twitter, and you can see here, as the more views it was getting, Twitter was going up. The more people that were talking about it on Twitter, were posting the links on Twitter, the more views it was getting. The next couple of days, you can see the views go down, and it actually follows how Twitter works. Twitter started going down. Not that many people there were still people talking about it, but not as much as before. The tweets started going down, so the views for the video generally started going down. Towards the end, this was 2 days before the game came out, you started noticing that Twitter once again started blowing up. A lot of people really started talking about the game, when it was going to come out, how it was going to be. You know, this teaser, it was basically a teaser of what to expect. Up until the day the game came out, and as Twitter blew up, so did the views. The views really went up on those days. The problem with this kind of video is that it's a trailer. It's kind of like a teaser, which means that as soon as this game comes out the day after, which was November 13th, it dies off. Because nobody really wants to see a teaser anymore. Everybody wants to see how the real game is. Everybody wants to see how actual game plays and other stuff within the game. So other videos, maybe like strategies and like what to do in this situation, or like maps and stuff like that, maybe those videos will go up. But videos like this, like trailers and like just teasers, they're gonna die off as soon as that product comes out. Because once that product comes out, no one's really talking about a teaser anymore. Everyone's talking about the actual game. So this video is gonna die off, like we said before.
Now here's our third video. Now this one is, the category that we choose is purely political. This is the President Obama cries. Basically the video relates to when Obama was given a thank you speech and he started to cry. The date that we analyzed it was from the 11th to the 15th. And as you can see, when the video was first posted, it blew up to 30,000 views. Same graph on Twitter supports this trend. It was first posted, people started spreading it around, saying, hey, look at this video, it's Obama crying, stuff like that. And it peaked at around the same time as when it first came out. Now, the reason for this big spike is because it was after the election. Everybody was still talking about the election, everybody was still talking about the winners, the losers, and a video like Obama crying will get people talking. So basically, as you can see, this is what made it popular. But again, based on our model that we created, we knew that since it's a politics video, its lifespan was going to be really short. Because as you can see, after the election, nobody really cared about anything that's politics related. Yeah, the video's about Obama crying, but it's basically politically connected. So as you can see, after at least 4 days, the video leveled off to less than 5,000 views per day. at that point, we consider the video dead. People were still watching it, people were still going on and seeing it, but it wasn't getting as much as attention as it did the first day. Twitter also shows that after 4 days, it just levels off. And you're still gonna get people talking. It's technically not a dead video because YouTube videos cannot remove videos that have been there for a long time. So typically what happens is that it levels off to less than 5,000. And we, under our model, consider that a dead video. So its lifespan, for example, this video only lasted four days. Why did it get another big boost? Well, Twitter was one example, as I said, and Facebook also, because it was also embedded in Facebook, and it got another boost of video, but only on the first days. And like I said, since it was under the category of politics, it really wasn't going to have a very long lifespan. Now, we're going to give you an example of a video that we consider under our model to have a very, very long lifespan. For example, this is Antoine Dawson, Warrants of a Pervert. This is a video where a person tries to rape a girl, and the brother comes in and he gives a very funny interview on TV. Based on this graph from channelmedia.com, we can see that the video always keeps at a steady pace. And a snapshot of the month of Twitter shows that people are still watching it. And even a video that has been posted for this video was posted on April 11, 2012, which already has a couple of months. And it's still going on strong, as you can see, thanks to Twitter and thanks to the amount of people that still post it on Facebook and Twitter. The reason for this is, well, it stays away from any politics. This video is not politics. It's also not very date specific. It doesn't belong to any specific date. You could rewatch the video and not know from when it was made because it was just still funny. It's under the category of comedy because it's comedy / entertainment. So people always go back and try to get a good laugh. And it gets a big boost because of word of mouth. You might have seen it, but you recommend it to another person. I could recommend it to Lester, for example. Lester might see it only one time, but then Lester goes and tells somebody else, go look at this video. So it's the epitome of a viral video because it's always relatable and it's always funny because it falls under our category. And it also has appeared on numerous televisions, spots. So it's always going to be looked at from other people who don't even go on Twitter or Facebook. So it has that TV aspects. So this video proves that under our model, a YouTube video like this can have a very long lifespan. These are our references. For our video data, we use channelmedia.com to get our views per days. They were very helpful in getting us data that wasn't available on YouTube because YouTube restricts our data. These are our links to our videos. Our Twitter data came from Archivist.com, and that gives us the snapshot of the video of the Twitter that day of what was going on. Thank you.